for joining us for Friday's Living Word. Let's look at 2 Corinthians 10, starting at verse 3. We've got to realize that the spirit realm is real, and we do not war against flesh and blood, Ephesians 6:12, but against principalities, rulers, powers of the darkness of this age. It's Satan and his deception. So in chapter 10 of 2 Corinthians, starting in verse 3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, meaning according to the way the world does, not according to sense knowledge, the way we feel. Remember, we don't follow the world's lead and live worried and stressed and frazzled lives. So carnal means governed by human nature and strength as opposed to being governed by God's Spirit. That's Thayer's Greek-English lexicon. Neither forces of darkness nor Paul's false accusers could oppose the power of God which he relied on. We have to rely on the power of God. Verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Satan will come and try and deceive you and say, look how you feel. Look at your bank account. Look at all these things. God's holding out on you. That's what he did with Eve, tried to get her to believe that God was holding out. God's not holding out on you. He's already blessed you with everything. It's our walk. If we're having problems in these natural areas, it's because we're not walking according to what we already have been given in the Spirit. And so, in order for us to walk in that, we have weapons. We've been given weapons. And a couple of weapons are, as we see here, 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. If that thought doesn't line up with the Word of God, we take it captive. You speak the Word of God instead of what you feel. Jesus said, take no negative thoughts saying. Don't say those things that are contrary. Don't let an imagination build. Take it, cast it down, and having a readiness to revenge all disobedience. Do not look on things after the outward appearance. Don't look at what you see in the natural. Start giving thanks and praise. So the weapons are for casting down 2 things. 1, imaginations, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. So that's what our weapons are for, the Word. So these areas deal with our mind. It's our mind we have to renew to what we already have. Remember, it's the battlefield. The mind is the battlefield. And we're to capture wrong thoughts, take them captive, cast them down, speak the Word of God only, and you will walk in victory. Meditate on that this weekend. Cast down every imagination. Meditate on the finished works of Jesus. Thank you for joining us.